We are effectively walking in the city now, in the city of London. So this is the square mile that you sometimes hear about. I did a video earlier about Canary Wharf Financial Centre. The city of London is the original financial centre, the main financial centre for London financial services. We are here in St. Paul's Square, St. Paul's Cathedral right behind me, and this is a beautiful square that you can see with a nice monument right here. And can you believe I was actually living behind this building here a few years back. One of my biggest achievements, with a very quick walk to the office, which was just 5 minutes away. So really living the life. All right, so we are talking today about part 2. How does it really feel to work in financial services? And I wanted to continue this video because the scene in Ozark and the character there, Ruth Langmore, you know, a young lady listening to rap, hip hop from 20-30 years ago, it just inspired me to make this video. And the reason for it is, me, like many people working in financial services or any sector for that matter, you know, we've come across a lot of challenges in career and, you know, also you know, moving up the career ladder. And in my life personally, hip hop and rap music have played a major role because I was able to draw strength and, you know, get solace from this music. And I'm talking about old school rap, so, you know, Nas, Wu-Tang Clan, you know, a few other artists as well from, you know, other countries, especially French rap in particular, but grime as well, UK grime. So for me personally, this music has played a major role, and without it in my life, I wouldn't have been able to achieve what I've achieved, and it's, you know, no small feat. Just me being able to move to London, to have a career in London, to live, you know, in St. Paul's Square. You know, to work for the companies I worked for, it's just great achievement. Right, so rap music can help people focus their mind and, you know, being able to cope with challenging situation at work, especially, you know, when you're starting out in your 20s. Career can sometimes feel like a battlefield. Maybe not so much, you know, nowadays, but I remember that was the case when I was up and coming. I'm really keen to know about your experiences today, so leave comments down below. So rap music has personally helped me build resilience and strength, and has actually helped me build my character. And that was useful because, look, I don't know how things are nowadays, but back in the day when I was starting out, so there was so much office politics. Really, you know, every 3 or 5 years there will be a change in management, you know, up at the top, and then with that would come a change in the team or the department, the department teams, and that would create literally, you know, a lot of instability, a lot of concerns about, you know, everybody would be worried about their job, whether they're, you know, still be in a job the next day, or somebody else will come from outside, like a trusted employee that the new management would bring. So that's one aspect. Another aspect is to do with performance reviews and you know, moving up, you know, promotions, all that. Performance reviews are all linked to, you know, someone's ability to move up, to be promoted, to get a bonus, to get an increase in salary. And before I moved to the UK, my experience has been very positive in the sense that every year or so I would get a high increase in salary, maybe a promotion as well, and men and women had equal rights in work. So there was not so much discrimination or differences between men and women being able to access high-paying jobs back in my country. When I came here, the reality was really, really different, and to be honest with you, it was a culture shock. So I thought UK was more advanced and more progressive towards these matters, but things are improving now. But back then, when I got here many, many years ago, I was shocked to learn that basically you would be lucky if you get a 2% increase from one year to the next, and you would be also lucky if you managed to keep your job for 5 to 10 years, because you would have no chance of actually getting a promotion unless someone would move away or, God forbid, move on. So that kind of grim reality, it's something that it's quite soul crushing, because young people, they want to do better, they want to move up, they want to have opportunities. And so I guess that was one of the reasons why I couldn't sustain working in permanent employment, and I had to actually set up myself as a consultant, like a freelance consultant. And obviously I had more success that way, and I was able to earn more money that way. So I was talking about the performance reviews. That's because performance reviews, in my experience as a 30-something-year-old in the UK, in London in particular, was a method or a mechanism for companies and managers to actually manage expectations. So basically it was not something to actually help someone do better as much as it was an instrument to tell people, well, yeah, you're doing well, but you still have some elements you need to improve. And that may be accurate or not so accurate, but it would serve the purpose of actually managing expectations of how much people can expect in terms of opportunities to move up or opportunities to have an increase in pay. So basically what I remember is that it all felt very static. I guess that's the feeling I had, and it was quite depressing, to be honest with you. I feel I need to say something positive, because I don't want this to be a sad story. So all these experiences I'm laying down here, reflect my, the early beginnings in my career, or the first part of my career, the career when I was working as an employee. Now, my experiences have been extremely positive once I started work as a consultant. So, and obviously, this video is not about that. This video is about, working in financial services as an employee. So, but there are aspects to so not everyone's experience is the same. Everyone's experience is different. I can only speak about my circumstances, and leave your own comments below about your own experiences, and we can all learn. So another thing that was a reality for me working in financial services was sometimes, not all the time, sometimes, some cutthroat competition. And then I guess that was the case with, roles that were, low-level paying roles. That's the way I classify them now. I'm pretty sure that's, possibly not the reality today anymore, because we are all evolving as people on this planet. So we have cumulative experiences that, create our reality. So I think our experiences collectively are more and more positive, and as such, there is not so much drama as it used to be. Right, so Having said that, the majority of competition I've experienced was when I was, in roles that were paying very low. When I say low, I mean, 40,000, 45,000 a year. That is the reason why I strongly advise everybody to move away from competitive circumstances, move away from competition. In order to do well in life, you need to be able to go where other people don't go as much, so you don't have to actually struggle to go up in your career and in your money. Right, so strong, cutthroat competition from, 20-year-olds mostly, because, they would be the majority of people earning 35, 45,000 a year. And I would say, I think things have changed. I mean, I'm hoping things have changed because, as I said, we all evolve collectively. Lastly, one other thing I wanted to say is company culture. Most people, they, are attracted and they're interested in working in financial services, and they actually start their career in financial services because of the pay and the prospects of earning more. If they join for a higher pay compared to other sectors, so if that's one of the main decision factors, the reason why they leave, majority of people, they leave because mostly because of company culture. So most of these large companies, whether they're financial services or other sectors, the bigger they grow, sometimes the harder it is to maintain a certain company culture, that a desired company culture. So there's high risk of misconduct. There is always a risk of poor values alignment, or bad behavior in the workplace, or this creates situations where employees are not treated with respect, they are not treated fairly, they can be discriminated, and that's a big reason why most people leave, whether to set up their own businesses, or they move on to other sectors, or they retire completely. So I guess company culture is one of the elements that you need to constantly monitor when you join financial services, when you start your career. And when you continue, you may want to constantly assess whether the company culture is in alignment with your own values. And sometimes that might be the case, sometimes you may need to move on. These are things I wanted to share with you. I hope you really enjoyed. And if you did, share with us your own experience, leave comments below, and it will be good to learn from each other and see, what's your experience been like in financial services. Do you also, listen to rap, hip hop? Has this music helped you personally, in your personal life, in your career, to cope, to, build strength, build character, so on and so forth. If you enjoyed this video, please share, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you soon in one of my next videos. Take care.